Ladies and gentlemen, the Hive is live.
All right. Hey.
Bring your vision.
Hey, yo.
This is how we build. 1,000,000 cups.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. If you could find your way to a seat. If you need a seat, please let us know. We have seats, extra folding chairs in the back. Wow, look at all of you here today. It reminds me of when I used to help out in a kindergarten class. And the energy was so fun and the excitement, the level was so high. I might have fed into that a little bit. But anyway, getting them settled in. I do love that you all know one another. You're learning more about one another and connecting on such a high level. It's incredible. It's incredible how just one thing starts this whole community, which is one of the things about the 1MC that I knew there were many things about the 1MC, but it's been the community that continually impresses me with all of you. I don't know if we have the QR code, but if it's there, please scan it. I think I owe someone a swag prize in the room. But that just tracks our numbers and what we're doing at the 1MC. So if you can do that, that'd be great. All right, everybody got a chair or a standing position? We are running a little behind, which is kind of characteristic of our event. We've got the what is it called, pre-gaming? You know how they do that, the football games? We should have had some, Robert, we should have some barbecue. We had set up and some Jose, some tacos. We could have fun. We probably never got to the 1MC. Pre-game, and then we have the 1MC. Reminder to stay afterwards for the connection piece and networking. Please connect with our presenters that we have today. Robert brought some cool cards and some pins to further connect with him, which is a really great idea. So thank you for being here. I don't want to take too much time. I will keep the presenters at the 6 minutes. We have two fabulous presenters, so we'll keep 6 minutes. We'll probably do about 10, 15 Q&A. And then remember, there is time afterwards to connect with both Jose, Jade, and Robert. So we're going to kind of stay on a timeline, mindful of your time. And who wants, we got Corazon right here. So 6-minute presentation, we have two today. The first one is formerly Tacos Libertad, Corazon. I met Jose and Jade at an event in Medford, and I don't know, I just fell in love with both of them, their story, what they do, and the food was phenomenal. So they have some new developments in their business they're going to share today, and then we have Robert here with Diamond House Barbecue that we'll be presenting afterwards. So you get a food feast with no food, but I think some barbecue sauce. So without further ado, would you like to take the stage, Jade and Jose? Please welcome them.
Yeah? Okay. Awesome. On the bottom. All right. Thank you. Welcome. It's good to see you all here. I'm Jade. This is Jose. We were Tacos Libertad food truck for the past 3 years, based out of Ashland. We are in transition at the moment, so hence the Corazon, and we will give you that story and break it down for you. And we will try to keep it in our 6 minutes. So the first thing we're going to touch on and we'll get back to this. There's a reason. Our roots. I'm going to let you start with that.
Yeah, roots are from Mexico, Michoacan, Mexico. I was born in there, and I lived there for 14 years. So during that time, everything what we eat is from our land, our soil. And my dad was a farmer. My grandpa was a farmer. All my family, they were farmers. So we spent a lot of time in the farm cultivating our food, and that's what we eat. So it's, during that time, I noticed eating good food is good for you, and it's nourishes you. So I'm from Mexico, and the big part of this, every time, it's a small town, where I came from. So every time we cultivate, we become a community. So an example, the weddings, we help the groom and the bride to prepare everything for their wedding the day before. So we come, everybody in the town is invited to help them, and the pre-wedding night, we just all eat together, cook together. And to me, that's an amazing. So it's a community thing that we're trying to build.
Yeah, and then I'm from the North Country of upstate New York, like 15 minutes from the Canadian border, so way up there. An entirely different place to be farming, and yet I grew up out on the land as well. And we grew a good chunk of our food. We processed, we stored, we did all of that. So I also grew up in that same environment, really understanding where our food came from. We lived out in the country. All of our friends lived out in the country. So it wasn't a town community, but it was our friend community. We would get together every weekend through the season that we could, potlucks, volleyball. If anybody needed stuff done, it was work parties. And it was everybody. It was the whole family. It was the moms, the dads, the kids. Everybody would bring a dish. And we'd do it. The kids would run wild, and the parents would, take care of what needed doing. So we both grew up with that sense of community and rooted to the land and the food, and just there's heart there. There's heart there. So that's where we both started. And then obviously here we are in Oregon, made our own ways here. And 13 years ago, we found ourselves living in the same community. And he was doing his family, I was doing my family. We knew each other, but didn't know each other well. And then maybe 6, 7 years ago, we started connecting a little bit more. I had a garden plot in the community garden, as did he. I was always there. That's my happy place. And he kept showing up when I was in the garden. He says it was a coincidence, but we know there's no such thing. So that's where we connected. That's where we started talking about food and getting to know each other better. And eventually, we ended up together and in partnership. Yeah. Any more to say on that? I mean, that's just how we got to this space. Yeah. During that time, I had been cooking at a couple of different restaurants in Ashland, completed the last one right before we got together, and I said, I am never doing food business again. I'm done. Don't want anything to do with it. And then, you were doing.
I worked for the state. I worked for the housing authority for 13 years. So, that was a good thing that I did because I raised my kids that time. I was home all the time. So, but that's not what I want to do. I want to do something that it's my passion. So, I quit and work for the housing authority, and just take some time off that I have. I got about 4 months off, so I take that time off and kind of do odd jobs here and there, but that didn't make me happy either. So I say I have to do something that is my passion, and that's what we're doing right now. And here, the next picture is going to show what exactly it
he's
is.
like, my bank account's getting low. I need to do something.
Well, I look my bank account and I say, well, I need to do something to, instead of spending my money, generate money to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to buy a food truck. And I laughed. I thought he was joking. I was like, no. And maybe, 2-3 months later, he's like, I found a food truck. We went out and met the guy in Prospect. He brought it down from, where was
Madras,
it?
Oregon, yeah.
It was a sight to be seen. And, we handed over $15,000 cash. And he drove off, and we got in this truck and couldn't get it to back up. And we're like, oh, my God, what did we do? But we got it home, and,
Yeah, I got it home and, come home, park it in my driveway, and I said, what I did. What did I just have done? And next day, I went inside home and kind of relax and rest and let the adrenaline go out of me. And next morning, I came out and I said, okay. Now I spent all my money in this, so now I had to make it work.
Yeah.
We started with all I had left was $100 in my bank account.
But we got it fixed up. I mean, he does, everything that he can do, and painted it and added the wood and made it look great. We got a spot at the gas station down the road. They were amazing. They're like, yeah, you can set up here, get your start here. You don't need to pay us anything. So we were there for maybe 3 weeks. And then one day on the way to work, you see the Alice in Wonderland caterpillar. That's what the smoke looked like coming out of the truck. Literally beautiful, perfect circles of white smoke. And then by the time we got to the gas station, there was fire coming out of the engine. So, you know, we had to take some time off. We had to get the engine fixed. But, I mean, he can tell you he's the one that was down there every morning. The guy at the gas station would meet him there at 5 in the morning. And he would help him push the truck. He would got him a mechanic, you know. So we had so much help from the folks that were there that really helped us get going, get off.
Yeah, with the challenge, those challenges, I know that I was doing the right thing because it was one day after another, something came on. And these guys at the gas station say, don't worry about it. We're going to help you through this. We're going to trying to help you as much as we can. So he got me a mechanic, which means they let us to use their shop without cost. And the mechanic was really, really reasonable. So instead it cost me $10,000 to put a new motor on the truck, cost me only $3,000.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, the universe always likes to ask you if you're really serious about
funny story what happened in there at that time.
Yeah.
We left the truck parking and there someone hit the truck. So they left the phone number and the windshield. So because of that, we'd be able to do the motor. They pay us some money back.
Yeah, we got insurance money for that.
So,
Perfect timing.
you know, everything works. Everything was working.
Yeah. And then once we got going, you know, we started simple. We only had a few things on the menu. The main thing for us is that we eat organic, and we like to do local.
You got 2 more minutes. I just wanted to make sure
Okay. Thank you. We'll move. So, at this point, we've been here for 3 years. We went through all the refinement that you go through. Like I said, we knew we wanted to do it. We wanted to do it organic, and we featured local. We, set up at the farmers markets. We did caterings. We did events. We wanted to keep money in the hands of the people. We want to support our local economy. So we really encouraged cash, really making sure that we did that. You can see, the freshest ingredients we can get. So we spent a couple of years just moving around. We got to, the second year, and we're like, we really need a main location because this isn't cutting it. We do a lot of work with music and community, and one of the things that we started doing was a gratitude taco. We wanted to be able to give back in another way. It's a pay it forward, generosity, reciprocity, and setting up on Christmas, all of that. So one of the things with the gratitude taco is, he had, I guess it was on Facebook, right? Somebody posted, they asked, hey, we have folks here that need food. He was like, come and get it. And this guy showed up, he's like, I can get the food, and he's like, I have a connection for you. So that's how we got, our place, and we've been in this next place for a year, and it was amazing. It was right downtown, local for Ashland, where we wanted to be, with the local residents, with the community. Amazing, amazing space, but there was some shakiness to whether we could stay there, and so that's where we now step into this next place.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, we don't know if we'll have this. We're going to look, and we found another amazing place 2 blocks down. This is what it looks like now. It's got a lot of potential. It needs a lot of work. We're going to redo the grounds, the kitchen, all of it. But this is what we're moving into.
Yep.
And there's a lot of stuff we have to take care of, but this is the vision. We wanted to just come back to this as our final piece, and we can both talk about this. We didn't want it to be tacos, Libertad. That puts us in a box. Nobody buys anything else if we have tacos. We want to be able to do everything, and so the blurb about Tacos Libertad still holds, for this. It comes back to the roots. When we had our conversation, we're like, what is it we want? We want to bring that feel that we grew up with, that community, that home, that love. We want to nourish people, not just give them food. So that's where we are. You can see the vision. I'm going to let you, if there's anything you want to say on here, but that's what we're going for. So we named it Corazon, which means heart.
Heart,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everyone.
I love the story. That's the part when I'm saying that I love the story so much. It's so rich. It's such a part of what you're all doing. And I feel think that's what draws us in and connects us to you. So we're going to open it up for about 10 minutes for questions for Jose and Jade, if you'd like them to kind of explore or highlight anything that they've shared today. Any pressing questions? Oh, Dale.
Growing it ourselves? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, I see land up there. Did you have a piece of ground already, or is that in the making at all?
So we are basically what we're doing is we're working with local farmers. We have some that we met with the other day. They are going to be growing food for us specifically. You know, we get to tell them what we want. You know, and then of course, yes, I garden. When I can find the time, I'm obsessed with tomatoes, so I grow a lot of tomatoes. Yeah, so we definitely grow some, but most of it we will be sourcing from our local farmers, those that want to partner with us and have the same vision. And
Thanks for bringing this vision to
Yeah.
this region. Very well. Well played.
Thanks, Dale. That was a great question. Thank you. Oh, we got a
Right
couple.
here in front.
Are you guys thinking about online ordering at all? I just know that's a
Online
convenience aspect. Just curious.
Someone is building a website for us right now, so after we get the website, we're gonna try to have that too, or online ordering. Yeah.
Let me grab you that.
Thanks for the presentation. Just wondering, when you get the brick and mortar dialed in, are you still going to do the food truck?
We hope not to. Our goal is that we want to, I don't know what you call it, lease it out. We would love another couple or another whoever that wants to start a food truck, be able to do it without having to put up that capital that so many of us don't have. So if we could then maybe, you know, do a deal, it's theirs, they do it, but we get 20% or 30% and kind of have that. So that's the ideal. We'll see. Yeah, we can find the right person to do that as long as it's someone that shares the similar vision and integrity with the quality of their food. And yeah.
I love that.
Is it just going to be you two at the brick and mortar, or are you thinking of bringing people on?
Well, we probably bring 2 more people. We learned to these 3 years how much we can do ourselves. We definitely need at least 2 more people because we want to expand our menu. And what I want to do is authentic Mexican food, which means I don't find that a lot right here. When I say authentic, how my mom and my grandma used to cook the food. That's what I want to do. So we probably need a couple people for that.
We want a dishwasher that's not named Jade. Very much.
I have a cousin. He works in Mexico City. He's a chef. He's been a chef for so many years. He used to own his own restaurant, but now with a lot of things
Everything
happening,
going
crime and stuff like that, he said, I just can't afford my restaurant. So he wants to come up here. I tried to get a visa for him, but now we can't. But for me, to someone to kind of run the kitchen, how I run the kitchen. So yeah.
Work with them.
Thank you.
There's Christina.
Is your location open yet?
No.
What are the challenges you're having to get to the opening?
So yeah, absolutely. Just to go back to the picture, you can see we need to, I mean, there's a lot, it's been sitting. So it's a little bit neglected, a little bit run down. So we need to have the ground leveled. There are 2 customers of ours that own a landscaping business. They're gonna do it for us free of labor charge. They're only gonna do materials. You know, we wanna do all bricks in there, make it really nice. The kitchen, same thing, like mostly what we're hitting is the county health department. A lot of stuff for outdoor kitchens is interesting. We'll just say that. A lot of it doesn't make sense. Honestly, doesn't make sense. But so just jumping through those hoops, the red tape, you know, all of that. Those are probably the main things. Convincing the owner that we want to redo the ground because he's really attached. And we're like, no, that's a liability. We can't
I
do
had a
that.
conversation with him yesterday, and I was just explaining everything what I want to do there, and he's kind of like,
Yeah.
but you were taking all the charm away from
We're
this
like, no,
place.
no,
I
we're
said,
gonna make it
well,
super charming.
I will make sure. And I told him, you don't have to put any money.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all.
Yeah.
We're gonna invest all the money,
Yeah.
but we want this place to look nice. We want to attract people by the place how it looks like.
To feel good.
And the kitchen, one of my dreams that I have, I want to cook in front of people seeing me cooking their food for them. And I don't see that a lot in here either. So that's what I want to do. So we had to attach a grill here in this cart right there. For me, it will be easy just to go and buy a new cart, because that will take away all the headaches, and that cart has everything.
We have to keep this.
But she doesn't want to do that.
Well, the owner is not going to let us take this away. So, those are the kind of like logistical pieces that we have to deal with. And then obviously the finances. We have an amazing friend that gave us a $10,000 loan, which is great.
Wow.
It's probably not going to be quite enough. So definitely looking for financial resources in whatever way that looks like. Yeah.
I would encourage you to look at Hivve website. Kim might have more information, but they
K-I-V-A?
K-I-V-A.
Thank you.
And we have a really good Oregon liaison to help. But they do small capital loans, 15,000 or less. But then you can, if you pay it off, you can reapply multiple times. So that might be something worth looking into.
Thank you.
I also wanted to do a plug. I'll allow for the other questions, but also check in. I'll give this to you, but Ivy Can Do out in Illinois Valley has another opportunity up to $25,000. They're great to work with. And Ryan's in here with So Ready. So if you have additional questions, but I'll connect you.
Okay, thank you.
Joel has a question? I should have worn my sneakers today, huh? Getting my steps in.
So appreciate what y'all are doing. I love tacos myself. Being half Mexican, was basically raised on that and peanut butter. Really cool. So what's your timeline? What do you hope? When do you hope to actually open the brick and mortar?
I want to open in March 1st. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but me, as soon as that I get the health department approval, I'll be working there every day to kind of get the place right. And I have a lot of friends that they're gonna, even the community, they say we can help you out. We all come together and get this place ready.
Yeah.
So I don't have no doubt that I will get this place done by March 1st. The most important thing to me, and I think you guys know, is the kitchen. I can be cooking in like my mom used to do. She used to cook in a firewood. For me, that's not an issue. But I have to meet the requirements for the health department. So I hope that we can get the approval next week, and I will start working in that. And I don't have no doubt, I like challenges. So I will get it ready by
The
March
goal
1st.
is March 1st, and so that's our intention.
Yep.
So Jade, as I promised you, I surround myself with people that can help you. And with the IVDCO, I previously was on the board, and I can put you in contact with them.
Beautiful.
So
thank you.
Make sure you get my card before you.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I am going to add the last question. What can we, as a community, do for you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like you've got connections for financial resources potentially. One of the things we were going to say was connections for ranchers. Sounds like Robert might have some connections for us there, so that's amazing. But yeah, we're looking for some great ranchers that raise their animals with the same integrity that, and values that we go with.
Financial advisor.
Yeah, I did all the stuff for the food truck. We may need somebody to support us here, like a financial advisor or somebody that can help do the books, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think just connections in that way. If you know an amazing tile artist or source of it, we would love to have, we're going to have beautiful mosaic tile tables, and we want to have a work party day and have everybody, help build them, but we need somebody to lead it. And wonderful things like that, just those connections. Was there anything?
Yeah, our goal is
feel like there
not
was
to
something
sell
else,
the
but-
truck. I mean, we got the carpet on the truck. I had 3 people want the truck right now. But that's not my goal. I don't want to sell the truck. I want to keep the truck to give the opportunity to someone else who wants to start their own business. Because when I was doing that, I spent all my capital. And I find out later, oh, you can do this. Well, it's too late now. I spend the money. So that's what I want to do. Pass it on. And really, then I can know this, but 3 years, if they stay on the truck is going to be down. and I can tell them that. So yeah.
Yeah. Any other? I think that's good. No. I think that's it. I think we're good. You got us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose and Jade. Really appreciate the presentation and you sharing your story with us. It is so impactful to hear the stories behind businesses, to hear, to learn more about our community members and how they are building what they're building and what their background is, what their inspiration is. And what's interesting about so many businesses is that they're definitely more than meets the eye as far as the purpose behind what they're doing, right? And we get to learn a lot about that here. And I hope that creates opportunities for us to, out in the community, be talking about these businesses when we're talking to people and it comes up and we're like, oh yeah, they're great, and just talking about their story and sharing the story, because story is one of the best ways of marketing, right? That is how we market ourselves, is we tell our story. And the better we get at telling our story, and the better we get at sharing each other's story, the more successful everyone is. So amazing. We're going to take a quick break while we switch over, and we have another amazing presentation coming up. You're not going to want to miss this one. But I did want to say real quick, I mentioned last week that I was going to be doing a planning session after today's session, and I just wanted to let you know that I had to reschedule that session, which is ironic. I get it, but I got booked, and I am doing a big workshop session for the library during their in-service day today. So I'll be up there and not available to run the annual planning session that I was going to run here, but I will reschedule that, and I would love to share that with all of you or those that are interested. So real quick break, we'll do the change out and then get right back to it. So refill your coffee and then get back to your seats. We'll see you soon.
Stepped into a dark ride with cigarette smoke, feeling alright. The sky looked like black glitter. Tonight you'll be a winner. You said I do to the wrong side. Fuck me up and then you played nice. You got to know I burned your letter. Worse for the better. You made me fall. I'll make you You made your bed, now lying there. We're done with that. Stop hiding there. One step, two step, three step, four. My heart in the trunk, but your body's on the floor. Horns on my head. You lost your bet, 'cause you are the devil. You know, you know, you know. You know, you know, you know. The devil, you know, you know, you know. You know, you know, you know. Coming out of a real thriller. Never thought you was a killer. Thunder brings white light. Callback's gonna be alright. We used to be easy, but now you are my enemy. Did you enjoy the war fight? Now we say goodbye. You made me fall. I'll make you cry. You made your bed,
Alrighty, welcome back, welcome back. Hello. If you can hear me, point and say, I can hear you. I don't think I can hear all of you. Hey, woo, yeah, all right, woo, high fives. Great, fantastic. I don't want to belabor the point at all. I want to get him up here so you can hear his story because it is also an amazing story. So I would love to bring up Mr. Robert Brown to talk to us about Diamond House Barbecue and what's great, right? Awesome, all right.
Before I start, make some noise for yourselves right now. Just clap for yourselves, like everybody that's in this room right now. So I'm just gonna tell you guys my story. Everything that I do is because of my grandmother. And she always said, keep the fire going. Now, I was 6 years old when she taught me how to barbecue. You tell a 6-year-old, keep the fire going, that's dangerous. But I didn't understand what it actually meant. And to keep the fire going, just with everything that you do in life. So you can go ahead and go to the next one. Yep, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got here. I'm gonna tell you guys the whole entire story. You can go to the next slide. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, in the inner city. It was a dangerous, dangerous place. I saw shootings, drug deals, all sorts of crazy stuff. And it was only when I went to my grandmother's house that everything was safe. She would cook, and you could smell what she was cooking inside, outside. And that is the reason why I do a lot of the things that I do, is because the smells bring back the memories of her. She had this recipe for barbecue chicken, and it's a marinade. Funny story about that is, like, I learned how to do it, and I can do it, and nobody else in my family can do it, and they hate it. But she also kept us in church. So on Sundays, you were in church, and she was the pianist, and you couldn't be not in the children's choir with your grandma playing piano. If you wasn't in the choir, you was playing drums or piano with her, or you gonna hit this tambourine. So I learned how to express myself musically that way. You can go to the next one. But it wasn't until 1995 that I moved to this little small town outside of Kansas City called Richmond, Missouri. It was a culture shock. I had grew up, everybody looked like me. Now I moved to a place and they don't have fences. It was crazy. There was horses, there was cows. It was a culture shock. I didn't know what to do. And ironically, I took this picture, and it's in my little book or whatever, and I was reading the caption on it, and it says, Billy Brown, a 6th grade student at Richmond Middle School, took time out for this picture on his way to school this morning. According to the weather forecast, riding bicycles to school may not be in order Tuesday. I wasn't riding that bike because I wanted to. I got kicked off the school bus. I got kicked off the school bus for lighting a bottle rocket on the school bus. I don't know what was... I have no idea. But as you can see, my face, I was not like the happiest kid. You can go to the next one. And before long, I found myself in Missouri Department of Corrections. I was in prison. But while I was in there, I noticed that I'm not like none of these people in here. Like, some of these people, they're making a career out of this. Like, this ain't what I want to do in my life. And so one conversation I had with my sister, I would call her on the phone all the time. She's like, what do you want? I'm like, no, I want to talk to you. She's like, no. What do you want? And so from then, I started to really think about it. What do I want? Like, what do I want from life? And I started spending more time in the library. In 2004, I scored the highest on the GED in the state of Missouri, which is crazy because you're getting letters from college and prison. They got to put your whole prison number. It was crazy. But then I also love making music. And so whenever I came home, my sister was like, why don't you come out here and make some music with the guys out here? And I'm like, okay. And so eventually, I was doing all these shows, and I'm up and down the I-5. I met Freeway Ricky Ross. He signed me to a record deal with Universal. But I still had this feeling like, I'm not like none of these guys. Like, they wear the big chains and the diamond rings, and I don't wear none of that stuff. That's not my thing. And pretty soon, if you're in the music business, they want to change you. You have to fit this model. And I wasn't with that. And it became a job, and I don't want to do it. So then I'm like, well, what am I going to do next? I started my own clothing line. This is sounding familiar to a lot of y'all, isn't it? Like, you start things, and you can't help it. This is why I knew I was supposed to be here. So I started my own clothing line, the Circle of Kings. Ran it for a while. It was doing really good. And then the pandemic happened. So then I'm like, I got to switch gears. I started Magic Bean Game Studios. I figured I could make websites, graphic designs. I was building apps, and I actually did build a game. It's pretty crazy, but I was doing so well, and I'm thinking like, man, I finally got what I want to do. I'll go to the next one. And then my sister, the one who brought me out here, she took her own life. And this was my first friend in the entire world. Like, I wouldn't be here in Oregon if it wasn't for her. During the time of the pandemic, she couldn't get the services that she needed as far as the mental health services because everything was on lockdown. It hurt. But then I got to thinking again, what do I want? One of the things that we shared was food. She couldn't cook like I could cook, but she could cook. And we'd have competitions. And so with that, I started Diamond House. Now, I'm skipping a little part. Dan knows a little bit about me. Like, we worked at a place, and it actually, during this period of time, I was growing, and I didn't realize that I was growing, but I was growing as a person. And one of the things that I loved was cooking. So I didn't know the how. I knew I had the why. I didn't know the how. And eventually, I started with a small grill, doing different things for other people, pop-ups and things like that. And it just so happens that Richmond, Missouri is where Dan Lanning is from, the football coach for the Ducks. I played football with him. He had hands like pans. He couldn't catch anything. But he could coach. And he always put his best foot forward. So he's endorsed it a bunch of times, and he knows what I can do and things like that. So now I'm at the point of building my trailer. I've done a lot of pop-ups. I've done a lot of caterings and things like that. Now I'm at the point of building this food cart. My wonderful, beautiful lady, she found this thing on Facebook for free. And she's like, babe, you want it? She's telling me with a mouthful of food, baby, you want to go? Yeah, let's go. And so I drew up what I wanted it to look like. And I'm about 40% done with it now. This is an old picture when I first got it, so it looks different now. But eventually, like, I want to be able to make more of these because there's a bunch of kids that got a story like mine. And I want to make sure that they are able to do whatever that they want. If I can cut their time in half and they not have to go through all of the craziness and you just figure it out as what do you want, then I feel like I'm a success. You go to the next one. So one thing that my grandma always said was, you got to keep the fire going, baby. And I think about it like, that is exactly what I'm supposed to do, is to keep the fire going. So, and her name was Maddie Davis. And this right here is the GoFundMe for the trailer. Like, if you guys feel so gracious enough to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. But I got one more thing for you. I never did stop making music. My music just changed. And the coolest part is I'm actually leaning into who I really am and not who everybody wanted me to be. So I put these cards out on the table for you guys to write down any advice, anything that you guys have for me. I really would appreciate it. If you put your contact information as well, I will respond to everybody in this room if you do that to me. Okay, you can go to the next one. And the album that I have coming out, it'll be on my birthday, June 20th, and it's called Country Soul. Now, it's not necessarily country music, but it's me. It's me. So, thank you guys so much. And if you guys don't mind, can we listen to this song? Is that okay? It's called Going All In. Is that all right? All right. Y'all really listening?
They say I ain't got a good poker face, and everything I did was overrated. The same ones who never tried. I used to get mad and defensive and catch them outside, show them me street. Yeah, I ain't letting nothing slide. But then one day it occurred to me that all this time I certainly, wasted trying to prove them wrong. Life keeps moving through all the noise. You gon' get more of what you focus on. Wish I knew this all along. I took the rearview mirror off the truck last night and threw a peace sign in my old life. I got a bunch of new things that I'm gon' try. If I sit still, then I won't fly. And it's a million reasons why this won't work, but I'ma show me stay, boys, show me first. 'Cause if it's one chance that I'm gon' win, I'ma push the chips to the middle. I'm going all in. I was never born with a silver spoon. You can bet it wasn't dirty, that's the truth, yeah. Mama done all she could. Learned more in the street than I did in school. Everything good but my attitude, yeah. I really had no clue. See, life ain't about what you accumulate. Can't take it with you when you hit the grave, yeah. Your story only lives on. So try and take that as a piece of gold. Hold your cards to your chest and you'll never fold, yeah. Legends only live bold. I took the rearview mirror off the truck last night and threw a peace sign in my old life. I got a bunch of new things that I'm gon' try. If I sit still, then I won't fly. And it's a million reasons why this won't work, but I'ma show me stay, boys, show me first. If it's one chance that I'm gon' win, I'ma push the chips to the middle. I'm going on. Off the truck last night and threw a peace sign in my old life. I got a bunch of new things that I'm gon' try.
Thank you guys, man. I really appreciate that, man. Show me stay, boys. Show me first.
One chance and I'm gon' win. I'ma push the chips to the middle. I'm going all in.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Before I get off here, I do have some barbecue sauce for you guys to sample. Who wants barbecue sauce? All right.
You're not done yet?
No, okay.
You're not done yet.
I'll do this. Okay.
Anybody have any questions? Oh, we got lots of barbecue sauce wanters, yes. Who has a, okay. You have a question over here? All right.
Yeah, I got kind of a question comment. So this comes from a couple of different experiences. As a teenager, I worked at a deli downtown San Francisco. We were a sandwich shop, made sandwiches, made a couple thousand sandwiches a day. I was one of 3 or 4 meat cutters. And my job interview for that place was make a sandwich. No, make it faster. No, make it faster. And the point was, from that guy was, people don't want to be here to stand in line to talk to me. They want a sandwich and they want to go. And then fast forward to now, and I organize as a volunteer an event where we schedule about 8 food trucks. And the event is Porch Fest, bands on porches for free for the community. About 3,000 or 4,000 people attend that. And it's really a frustrating thing to organize those food trucks, and they want to come and they make food, and it's art. And it's wonderful food, but I want it to be faster so people can get it and go. So maybe have, when you get to your food truck, a quick menu when you're at events, and then here's the slow menu where I really put some care into things. Something like that.
So that's funny that you say that. I do have 2 menus. So there is a menu for if you want to get and go, and it's called Get and Go. I love it. And then I have the menu where I call the Showstoppers. And Showstoppers, like, you're going to pay for it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And you have enough food to where, like, you could take it home, share it with anybody, share it with your neighbor. You know, so yeah, I got that too. Yep.
Okay. Well, right, you have to just turn it on, and then this one's on.
No, so I'm actually nervous being up here. It's easy for me to perform music. Like, I can do that all day. But actually being able to tell my story, and this is something else too. If you guys follow me on YouTube or anything like that, I've just now started to get into telling this because I really feel like it's important. But I would love to do motivational speaking. Like,
It's a great story, and I thought you presented it just really well. You know, succinct. So I would encourage you.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So for those of us who are really interested in the food, where are you cooking from now, and how can we get your food?
So I have a couple different places where I'll do like commercial kitchen and things where I can cater. And right now I'm just doing catering, but during the summer times in the spring, I am all about, I do pop-up events at different businesses. I'll help a business bring customers and things like that. They might have like, I think last year I did a tattoo shop, and he had like a tattoo thing going on, a deal. And I was outside of his shop in White City selling barbecue. And the smoke, of course, brings people.
Thank you.
Do you have a spicy hot sauce?
Oh, yes, I do.
I mean, a spicy barbecue as well.
Yes, I do. I have 8 different sauces. This sauce that I brung today is called This is Kansas City. It reminds you of a Kansas City style barbecue sauce, more particularly Gates. I don't know if you guys know much about Kansas City barbecue, but Gates is the home run. It's an easy go-to.
Thank you very much for presenting. So, as someone who loves barbecue that's done well, I just wondered, have you ever participated in a competition like KCBS or anything like that?
No, so I was a part of a team that went to the American Royal in Kansas City. So if you guys don't know about the American Royal, it is the World Series of barbecue. All sorts of kind of barbecue there. I was just a part of a team, and I just kept the fire going, really. Like, it wasn't, I didn't get to do anything special or anything like that, but just made sure that the fire was stoked up, and, you know, that was really it. But can I compete? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You mentioned your grandma's marinade. Do you bottle the marinade or bottle your sauces for resale?
No. So a part of this is that my aunts did not want to let some of these recipes go. So it's not a wet marinade. It's actually a dry marinade that you add some things to. I can't say. But
it's patented.
Yeah. She wanted to sell it at one point in time, and I believe she was in talks with McCormick, like, back in the day, but nothing ever happened to it. Like, we also have a fried chicken recipe that I've been begging my aunt to let me just sell it, like, not sell the recipe, just sell the chicken, and I'm still scared of them. Like, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I just want to say I've known Robert for about 15 years, and we've always, helped each other out. But he used to come to my carport. I presented last week, and we had pictures together when we were young, and he was, working out at my gym and just helping me get it out there. But he's also won the hip hop awards, West Coast hip hop awards in California. This guy is talented. And
He just gonna put me out there.
And he used to produce music. I used to record at his studio. I did music too. And this guy, we've had songs together, but man, he's made me cry with just his voice. This guy's amazing. I really like to support him because we're there for each other. But also, you got to try his food. He'll be at Spartan Boxing event in April too. So if you guys come to that, he'll be there making food for my boxing event at Rogue X. And hey, man, may God bless your journey, and I'm proud of you, and give it up for B again. I'm just so proud of him.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Troy been in the car with me for a long time, y'all. Like, I didn't seen him grow too, which is so super cool. Like, to come someplace, it was one thing. Like, I recognized me in Troy. Like, when I first met him, he didn't talk, y'all. He was just quiet. He didn't smile. But like, to see where he wanted to do, and like along the way I've just helped him do it a little bit here and there when I can, and like it's super cool. It's super cool. Super duper cool.
You got to do things that brings people together, music and food. But one thing that I want to ask you, what is your goal?
So my goal is to leave a legacy behind of love. So that was one of the biggest things that my grandmother did in the environment that I grew up. So I'm not gonna go all the way into it, but there was this one day that there was a guy running down the back of the alley, and it was a shootout. It was the first time I watched somebody die. I was 6 years old. My grandmother is I stayed with her for like 2 weeks after that happened. And she was like, baby, the world just need more love. That's all. The world just need more love. And like I'm so grateful I still have these memories and thoughts of her, that I can remember her saying these things to me, because they make all the difference now. Like, I have kids, and this is exactly how I tell them, But I want to leave a legacy of love. And one other thing, whenever you guys do taste my cooking, if you see me walking around just smiling, and I'm looking at you and I'm smiling, it's because I love watching people enjoy what I love doing. Like, that's the greatest thing.
I just want to say one more thing. Keep the fire going, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, Jose. Well said. Well said. Charlie, you got a question?
More of a personal question, but
Okay.
is there gluten, soy sauce, or teriyaki sauce in it?
No gluten. It's gluten-free.
Perfect.
Gluten-free.
So I kind of wanted to congratulations on everything in your story and everything, man.
Thank you.
Keep rocking. I did want to quickly go back and touch back on, you had said that you wanted to be able to, and if I misunderstood, apologies, but kind of build it with the current one that you're building, and be able to kind of pop those up and keep that fire going and help other people with theirs. So is the end goal for you, or at least a future goal, to franchise this out? Is that what you're looking at?
That is exactly what I want to do. And it's more or less, I know the kind of people that I want. Like, it's people who have that fire and don't know where to go with it. They don't necessarily have to do barbecue. They might want to sell bologna sandwiches. I don't care. As long as I'm able to help you, give you an opportunity to do it, like, that's all I want to do. That's a part of the legacy of love as well.
Robert, I'm gonna actually ask two questions. Doug had kind of presented something, but what is it gonna take? What do you need to move this vision, this dream forward? You're working on the trailer. You brought up the GoFundMe, so a little bit around that, so we can support, be more aware of what you need to move you forward, and then again, that kind of circles into the final question: that what can we, as a community, do for you?
So one of the things with the GoFundMe was to help buying the supplies and things like that. Like, right now is my downtime. During the spring and the summer, like, I'm booming. Like, I got stuff going on. But through the winter, like, I don't want to be outside in the tent. Although, I will barbecue in the snow. Yes, I will. My girl will tell you, we eat barbecue all the time. There's no time I won't barbecue. But one of the main things that I really just need is opportunity. So if there's any kind of events that like you guys have, any corporate events, any family events that you need barbecue or you need just good food, period, like please let me know. Those are the things. Yeah, yeah no, I can. Yeah, I can do just about anything. Cooking is just something that I love to do, and that's all I ask is opportunity. I'll show up and I'll do the work. Like I don't have no problem with that one. Anything else? Thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Robert, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for bringing what you bring. And that song slaps. That song is great.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, genuinely. And it looks like sometime in mid-June, we need to have like a launch party or something for your album, like
I'm down.
celebration.
I'm super down.
We'll have some barbecue and other things.
Yeah.
and maybe we'll get you up here and performing.
So she actually came up with the idea of the barbecue sauce. I was thinking I was gonna bring some little samples of barbecue, some brisket or something like that. And she's like, babe, you're not gonna wanna do all of that. I'm like, okay. Barbecue sauce it is. But
See, you gotta listen to the wife sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Next time I'm bringing barbecue.
They know. Also, I do wanna say like this barbecue sauce, so this is interesting for me because I just lost my dad last month. And he also had a barbecue. He had a restaurant back in the day, and then he did, pop-up locations and stuff like that. But it was a lot of it was based around this family sauce from my grandmother and grandfather. And of all barbecue sauces I've ever tasted, this one is like closest to the sauce that he made, which was like I tasted and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I wanted to say that I've got a lot of we should talk. Because if bottling is something you're interested in, he bottled his sauce. I have a bottling machine.
Oh, wow.
We've got resources. So we should talk. And I'm looking for a place for that to land right now,
Okay.
So anyways, let's chat.
Definitely.
Amazing. And definitely, like, this is incredible. And I think Jose nailed it, which is if you can find a way to keep both of these passions aligned and together, and you throw a party everywhere you go, and you bring the music element to it.
That's the plan. That's really the plan.
That's a win.
Could you imagine coming home from church from my grandma's? Like you just had church and she's playing all this good music and everything, and then you go into the house and the smells. That's the kind of thing that I want. I want it to where you smell it outside, you hear it outside, before you even go in there. It's a whole experience outside before you ever get inside.
That's it. You know. Robert, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really great to meet you. Appreciate you. We had a delicious day today at 1MC, right? I can't wait to be tasting all your food in your new location and in your trailer when it's ready to go and you're out and about, all right? Please, mix, share your support, touch base with them before you leave. If there's any resources or ideas you have, I'm sure they're both very open to hearing those things and sharing in resources. So again, appreciate you all being here. And I may or may not be here next week, but Kim and the team will be here next week for sure. But I love you all. I appreciate you for being here and filling this room for these people to share their stories with you. And I know being out there myself that this is a very reciprocal experience, right? It's very filling and fulfilling to hear other people's passion and other people's story, right? And, we've had weeks now in a row of just incredible stories of people doing incredible things and sharing their passion with the world. And I'm so grateful to be a part of all this too. So thank you all. We will see you next week, and bring your friends.